Hey everyone, and welcome back to A Nervous Trek. Today, we're diving into an exciting adventure in the vibrant city of Chicago. In this video, we'll be spending 3 action-packed days exploring Chicago's best attractions, tasting delicious food, and uncovering all the hidden gems. Get ready for a whirlwind tour of the Windy City.
Ashley, where are we?
Chicago. I'm in Chicago, thanks. Okay, we're gonna start our adventure by checking into the Moxie Hotel, smack dab downtown, walking distance to everything, the subway, Riverwalk, you name it, you can get there. Okay, this is probably one of the coolest hotels we've stayed at. So when you go to check in, you walk in and you actually check in at the bar. They gave us some complimentary drink tickets and we just looked around. There are like board games, they have record players, there's a podcast station. There's so many things to do at the first floor of this lobby. There's Zombie Tacos, a 24-hour taco restaurant is in there. This hotel pretty much had everything we needed. And let's go check out this room and the view from this room that I did not ask for or pay for. What's up? And welcome to our crib. At the Moxie downtown Chicago. So this is a pretty small room, I'm not gonna lie. There are no closets. Very convenient though. We have these fancy leather hangers. We got a full ass, oh shit, it says my name. Welcome, Ashley Morris. Also, we didn't pay for this view, but we have floor to ceiling city views. The bed is a little tiny. So this is a queen bed. Zach was like, is this a full? It's fine though. Some weird flexes in a great way are gonna be this little tiny rotary phone. It's a joke. And then we have this thing, which I must put in my home. I don't know what the purpose. I guess I put a magazine in there. It's just a cool shot.
Playing cat.
And then right here we have our shower. I don't know. That's a big shower, honestly. And then no worries, man. We have our toilet right here. Simple. This sign is dope. Comes a little blow dryer. And then we got little tokens for some free welcome cocktails. It gives us a draft beer or one of their like signature cocktails. I don't know. And then it's Zach's birthday, and our Marriott Bonvoy Club hooked Zach up and gave us each a $10 token.
Your time?
Shot time is my time.
King of the fridge.
Let me get one of these real quick. Nervous Trekker pro tip, there are no refrigerators in this room. You can ask the front desk. They brought this little guy up for us in about 7 minutes of being checked into this hotel. Okay, so the itinerary for day 1 was arrive at Chicago Midway at 2:30, check in at Moxie Hotel at 4. Once we got situated, we decided it was time to explore. Being that we only had 3 days, there were a whole lot of like iconic things that we needed to get in, we needed to see. And lucky for us, it all just sort of happened like accidentally.
And so I'm right to have the one and only House of Blues that I did not know existed, but it makes sense. Follow me for more tips and tricks on your ultimate 72-hour Chicago guide.
Why are those cars parked like that?
That's the Godby Hotel, which
So we started off walking because I needed to see the Bean. I needed to see Millennium Park, obviously. And while we were walking there, we just happened to see the Chicago Theater. So I started to freak out, grabbed Zach, made him take 1,000 pictures of me. Once we accidentally stumbled on that, we accidentally stumbled on Riverwalk, obviously, which was one of the best times. And then naturally, when we finally made it to the Bean, you know what was closed off? The Bean, completely under construction. I don't know what was going on, but if that is not a Nervous Trek, like, typical situation. But we saw the Bean. And then we came back and we just sort of enjoyed Riverwalk. Like, this was probably one of my favorite nights, was just taking in the city. We found this nice little outdoor Spanish restaurant that had like tacos, Topo Chico, So we just sat out there and just sort of like took everything in, and it was the most calm I've ever felt being in like a downtown city. It almost felt like we were alone. It was so beautiful. So on the way back from there, we accidentally saw the House of Blues. So check. 4 Chicago icons done in one night. Moving on to day 2. First things first for day 2 itinerary, coffee and breakfast. When we first got to Chicago, I looked to my left of the Moxie and saw a sign flashing in my face that said hot corned beef and pastrami repeatedly, so you know where we're going. After we filled our tummies and caffeinated, we made our way back to the Moxie, got changed, and called ourselves an Uber, because we're starting the day out with a brewery tour, baby. Goose Island, here we come. So the brewery tour at Goose Island was $15 per person. It came with a whole lot of samples along the way of the tour. We got discounts on beer in the tap room and merchandise, and then we also got a custom pint glass from them. Our tour guide was Johnny. He's actually one of the brewers there. 5 out of 5 stars. He was fantastic. If you do this tour, I hope you get Johnny as your tour guide because he was so informative and awesome. Once we finished up at Goose Island, we decided to keep the beer flowing and called ourselves an Uber and headed to Off Color Brewing. I had never heard of it. Zach had great beer, cool little spot, cool little outdoor patio. Fun time. In true A Nervous Trek fashion, when we got back to the hotel, it was an absolute downpour. Wind was crazy. We know why they call it the Windy City now. But luckily for us, the Moxie was there. So we just headed downstairs. We played some of the free games that they have. They had Mortal Kombat, they had Pac-Man, they had like foosball. You name it, they had it. We used our $10 complimentary drink tokens, so we had a free drink while we were there. Luckily, they had enough for us to do until the rain cleared out, and when it did, we made our way to Portillo's. Oh yeah.
Order for 165 with the line. Order for 166 is received. Order for 188, don't be late.
I'm sorry, but order 188, don't be late, will live in my head rent-free forever. Nervous Trucker pro tip, Chicago is weird and some places are BYOB, including Portillo's here. So we ended up ordering an Italian beef and then we both got hot dogs and I think we got fries, which I forgot to eat. It was all delicious. It was fantastic, especially after having like a brewery day. I'm gonna go ahead and give it 5 out of 5 stars, although I will say I knew nothing about Portillo's. I didn't know this was like a Chicago institution. I learned about it from Disney vloggers. I'm gonna get crushed in the comments. But I guess one's opening in Disney Springs, so another fun fact for you. And good morning from day 3 and our last full day in Chicago. Today we're doing something kind of wild. We started our day off by getting 2 free coffees from the lobby, and then we ran down to the subway because we were running a little bit late. And then we're headed to Wrigleyville, baby. So we actually signed up for a behind-the-scenes tour. It was $30 per person. We did do the game day one, so there are different options between the two. You can check out the official MLB site for that. For the game day tours, you get to go to the field, you go to the upper deck, you go to the bleachers, and you go to the seating bowl. So our tour started at 11 a.m. They were prompt. At 11 a.m. you walk through those gates, and then it lasted about an hour and 15 minutes. So it was kind of perfect, and we had a blast. Those that are here for the gram, they do give you like 5 minutes to stop and take photos in front of the field, but you need to be quick. From the field, we went to the bowl, and then from the bowl, we went to the bleachers where he gave us some fun facts.
1937, very big year here at Wrigley. 1937, the brick wall and the ivy goes in. Okay? That ivy is the original ivy from 1937. We've never put a new plant on that wall.
One of my favorite fun facts was that is the original ivy from 1937. And I learned that if you reach for the ball in the ivy, the game is still in play, even if you can't find it. So after our tour, we had a couple of hours to kill. We hung out outside in front of the stadium. They had like cornhole boards set up. They had some bars. Then we headed into the game. Okay, so these tickets were $105 each, with taxes and fees and all that. It was $253.70. This was section 109, row 8, seats 3 and 4, and they were great. We actually had like a fly ball come right near us and almost hit me in the head. Obviously, I had to get a picture with the mascot, and then we've got this thing. I'm pretty sure it was made for children's first visits, but technically it was Zach and Mai's first visit as well, so I wanted the certificate. After the Cubs won, we made our way back to the subway to conquer our very last Chicago icon that could not be missed. Deep dish pizza. So we had to head to the iconic Lou Malnati's. I actually ordered online, and this was like a 4-minute walk from our hotel, so it was perfect. We got the pepperoni deep dish, we got a Greek salad, and garlic bread. Good Lord, was this incredible.
I can never eat real pizza again. There's no. Oh. They gave me a bowl of ranch. Nervous strike. Tip. Pro tip.
You didn't need the ranch.
I did pay for this, so $1.99, 8-ounce ranch. Cubs won today, baby. Let's go!
And I passed out about 4 minutes after that. So yeah, that ends our 3 days in Chicago. We hit the hay, we checked out of the hotel at 11 a.m., and then we headed to the airport, and we were back in Raleigh by 9. So let's check out a little list of all the iconic things we did in 3 days. The Bean, check. Riverwalk, check. Portillo's, Italian beef and Chicago dog, check. Cubs game, win, check. Deep dish pizza from Lou Malnati's, check. House of Blues, check. Goose Island Brewery Tour, check. The Chicago Theater, check. Thanks for coming on this 3-day trip to Chicago with us. We hope you learned some tips, some tricks. You get to see some cool stuff when you go to Chicago. Make sure you turn on your notifications, subscribe, like, comment, share, all that fun stuff. A Nervous Trek out.